But baby, when I tell you this right here is smacktacular, honey, we gonna have sauce running all down our elbows, and we gonna be smacking and probably just smacking each other. Hey y'all, this is Curlinda with Curlinda Can Cook, coming back to you with another awesome video. And today I'm going to show you how I make my Southern style St. Louis ribs baked in the oven. So let's get ready, let's get set, let's get cooking. Okay guys, so to get started with our ribs, the first thing that we are going to do is we are going to get all of our seasonings mixed together in a bowl so that we can create our rub. What I have here is 2 tablespoons of brown sugar, and to that I am going to add 1/2 of a tablespoon of Holy Smokes pork and meat rub. And this is a dry smoke, so if you have liquid smoke, you can use liquid smoke for yours. I'm gonna add 1 tablespoon of garlic salt. I'm also going to add 1 tablespoon of black pepper. I'm going to add 1/2 of a teaspoon of paprika. I'm also going to add 1/2 teaspoon of garlic powder, and then I'm going to add 1/2 teaspoon of Mrs. Dash. Now, since I added the garlic salt, I'm going to add 1/4 teaspoon of regular table salt. Okay? And what we're going to do is go ahead and give this all a good stir to mix it all together like so. And like I said, this is going to be our rub for our ribs. So we're just going to give this a good stir like so, and we're going to set this to the side. Now, if you want yours to have a little kick to it, you can add you some red pepper flakes, and that'll give a nice sweet and sassy kind of finish to it once you're done. Now, what we're going to do here is we're going to add our liquid base for our ribs that we're going to put on our ribs before we actually add our seasonings. This right here is a 1/2 teaspoon of Worcestershire sauce, and then we're also going to use 1 teaspoon of red wine vinegar, and this is pomegranate. Now, if you don't have red wine with vinegar in your kitchen, feel free to use some apple cider vinegar. And I'm also adding 1/2 tablespoon of extra virgin olive oil. Okay? And now what we're going to do is we're going to just set this to the side, and we're going to mix this up very well like so. And we're going to brush this onto our meat before we add our seasonings. Okay? Now, before we even get to that part, let me show you how we prep our meat. So I'll be right back to show you the meat. Alright, y'all, so we have our meat here. And when you're prepping your meat, you want to trim off some of the fat off of your meat. Okay? So just trim it off like so. Any big clumps of fat that you see, you just want to take that off. I do leave some of my fat on my meat because, you know, it makes a nice seasoning. But when it's in big clumps of fat, y'all, I just trim all of that off. And again, these are St. Louis style ribs that I am using for this. Okay, now I want to show y'all something. That's about all the fat that I'm going to take off for now, unless I see more. See this membrane right here? I already started peeling it back. Now, some people do not know how to get their ribs tender. And a part of why you can't get your ribs as tender as you would like is because there's a membrane that lives on the back side of your ribs. Now that we want to cook this, okay, we don't, you want to take this off so that you can have tenderness on your ribs. We don't necessarily need that. Now that actually takes and holds all of your ribs together. So now that we've taken it off, that is going to allow our ribs to be able to be fall off the bone tender, okay? I see a little more fat, y'all, that I just want to take off here. And this process of how much fat you want to take off is just totally up to you. Okay, like I said, I do leave some on for seasoning, but minimal. And I'm cooking this in my roaster, okay? So if you have like a pan that you can line or whatever, go ahead and line you a pan and put your meat in it so that it'll be nice and pretty much straight for you, okay? And you can get it done evenly. Now, I've already preheated my oven to 375 degrees, so that's what we're going to be baking this on. So now that we have taken all of the fat off of our meat that we want and all of the membrane off of the back, what we're going to do here is we're going to take that red wine vinegar and olive oil and Worcestershire sauce that we mixed up earlier, and we're just going to brush it onto the back of our rib like so. Okay, this is going to give us a nice layer so that when we add our seasonings on here, it's going to make for a really nice coating to base on it. Now, I'm doing this in my oven, y'all, but if you have a grill, you can follow the same process and do this right on your grill, okay? So I'm brushing this on the back first. And I'm doing the back of my meat first, y'all, because when I turn it over, that's the side I'm going to leave it on. So now that I have that, what I'm going to do is take a nice handful of our rub, and I'm just going to smear it on the back of my meat like so. I can actually put a little bit more on here. Now, this meat is going to be good in season, but not over seasoned. This meat is going to be seasoned to the point where if you don't want barbecue sauce on it, you still have you a really nice flavor of rib that you don't have to bury it in barbecue sauce for it to taste good, okay? So, and that's something about your ribs, y'all. Your barbecue sauce is supposed to complement the meat, not make the meat, okay? Now, what we're going to do is flip our ribs over. So we are done with that back side of the ribs now, okay? And then we're going to repeat the process here on the front side. We're going to go ahead, paint it with our oil and vinegar mixture like so. I'm going to put the rest of that on there and just go ahead and rub that on in. And y'all, this gives our dry rub something to hold on to. If you don't want to use that part, you don't have to, okay? That is totally your choice. Now, again, I'm going to just sprinkle this on here like so. Give it a good rub down. And like I said, y'all, we're going to bake this in the oven on 375 degrees, okay? And we're going to bake this for an hour and a half covered. That's one reason why I'm putting it in my roaster. Now, if you don't have a roaster and you have your pan, put it in your pan, cover it with some aluminum foil. If you have like one of them little baking sheet type pans, put it in there, cover it with some aluminum foil. Y'all see how beautiful this color is from the seasoning already, y'all, and we haven't even baked it or put any barbecue sauce or anything in it. That's what you want, honey. You want something that's good and beautiful just like this. Let me bring it to the camera so you can see it. You see that? You see how beautiful that meat is looking? That's what you want. That's how you know you got a really good rub on your meat. Now what I'm going to do, guys, is I'm going to go ahead and take my lid and put my lid on this. And I'm sticking this in my oven, 375 degrees, and I will see you in an hour and a half. Hey, y'all, I'm back. It's been an hour and a half, and y'all see what we have? Boy, don't these ribs look, ooh, ooh, ooh. They look smacktacular, honey. Smacktacular. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and take our barbecue sauce, and we're going to brush our ribs like so with our barbecue sauce, honey, so we can let this sauce cook on them. Now, I must tell you this, and this is something that I want y'all to be mindful of. Everybody's oven cooks different, okay? So, if you see that your ribs are getting done before an hour and a half, go ahead and take them out and add your sauce on it, okay? because some ovens cook faster than others. How much sauce you add is, that is personal to you. If you like a lot of sauce, add you a lot of sauce. If you only want a little bit of sauce, add you a little bit of sauce. Now, what I'm going to do with these, once I finish putting this sauce on them, y'all, is I'm actually going to put these back in the oven, and I'm going to let them bake for another 20 minutes until my sauce gets really done on the top, okay? Because I want my sauce to glaze over on the top of my ribs. So, yes, y'all. OMG. It's about time to eat, y'all. It's about time to eat. Y'all know how we do it over here. We get it all cooked up. Then we plate up so we can eat up, honey. But these are some delicious, spectacular ribs right here. Y'all, I'm just going back and forth over my ribs with my sauce. I'm starting to see it drip down to my bone, and that's what I'm looking for. Like on this side over here, I am looking for my sauce to start dripping down to my bone, because that's telling me I got a good thick layer of sauce on there. Y'all, it's taking all I have, like, not to just cut me a piece off and eat it right now. But I'm going to be good, though. I'm going to be good, okay? I'm just put it all back in the oven, and I'm going to let it bake off for 20 minutes. And I'm going to bake it uncovered. Now, the reason why I baked it originally covered is because I wanted the steam to cook my ribs, for my ribs to get tender. That's why you bake it covered. If you bake it uncovered for that period of time, y'all, you have like a crust on top of your meat. And it's like it makes that top layer of your meat kind of tough. If you like that, then, don't put a top on it. But that's why you put the top on it, to prevent that from happening. Or if you want to take your top off somewhere in the middle of cooking, that is totally up to you, Y'all see how we had a thick layer of sauce on there now? We got a little bit more sauce in this bowl, y'all. We are going to put this sauce on here like a so. Y'all, we going to be getting everything off of these bones, honey. Yes, indeed. So now that I have all of my sauce on, what I'm going to do, y'all, is just sprinkle me a little paprika. I'm sorry, parsley. Right on the top, like so. And then I'm going to take these and put them back in the oven, y'all, uncovered for 20 minutes. And I'm going to raise my temperature up to 400 degrees, okay? So that I can get a really nice, good bake on them. So I will see you all in 20 minutes. There it is, y'all. These ribs are all done. We just got them all out the oven. Would you look at that, honey? Wow. It is time to eat, baby. It is time to eat. Y'all ain't gonna say, oh, I want some. Honey, go on in your kitchen and make you some. All you got to do is turn that oven on at 375 degrees. Now, as I told y'all, these were St. Louis style ribs. But if you want to make you some baby back ribs, if you want to make you some beef ribs, whatever you want to make, honey, go ahead and make them. It's your stove. You do what you want to do. It's your time. But, baby, when I tell you this right here, it's spectacular, honey. We gonna have sauce running all down our elbows, and we gonna be smacking and probably just smacking each other. Anyway, y'all, if you have not already done so, please go ahead and subscribe to my channel. Make sure that you click your notification bell so that you'll be notified of all the delicious dishes that we make up over here on this channel. Be sure to comment and subscribe and share this video with a friend, a family member, a co-worker, a neighbor, anybody who you think would want to impress somebody by making a delicious dish. Y'all, it is time for me to go, honey, because I got to go and eat. And y'all know Greg don't be playing. I got to feed the husband, okay? So I will see y'all in the next video, honey. Love you. Bye-bye.